He goes, of what our policy is and how we're going to be shoved around out there. And it's really scary. So I don't know. You know,
a lot of people are being alarmed, and as I say, this is the worst possible news for the White House, because American people don't care about foreign policy in normal circumstances, and the reason they care now is because what the hell is going on over there regarding our guys. Gordon, thanks. We'll be back, my friends, with more right after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
I love Snapple Raspberry Iced Tea. That's what got me started in the vending business. Call Exclusive Vending at 800-592-0770. Exclusive gets your vending route going. You restock Pepsi, Lipton Iced Tea, Ocean Spray Juice, Snapple. Call us at 800-592-0770. Invest less than $8,000. Some want Snapple Lemon Iced Tea, Raspberry Iced Tea, and Kiwi Strawberry Cocktail. Others ask for Pepsi Lipton, lemon and raspberry iced teas, Ocean Spray Juice. They fly out of the machine. Your own exclusive vending route. The cash jumps right into your pocket. Call us at 800-592-0770. Again, 800-592-0770. This vending offer is only through Exclusive Vending, Inc., not from Snapple Beverage Corp. Snapple is the exclusive trademark of Snapple Beverage Corp. They have no connection with this business opportunity.
Hungry for lunch? Well, you need to head to Western Steer. Enjoy the daily lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 4, starting at only $1.99. Western Steer's hamburger steak with baked potato or fries, toast, and a trip to the bakery is only $1.99. Western Steer also has other fine lunches and mouth-watering steaks that will make you come back for more. So when your stomach is growling and you're ready for lunch, come to Western Steer, located on Berkeley Boulevard across from Sears in Goldsboro.
A.T. Farrell & Son of Mount Olive is offering a sweet deal. Just buy a Train XL 1100 package gas electric system before May 31st, and you'll receive up to $150 in quick savings rebates on the spot. The XL 1100 comes with a legendary Climatub compressor and an exclusive manufacturer's 10-year limited warranty on the compressor and coil. It's hard to stop a train and hard to beat a rebate from E.T. Farrell & Son of Mount Olive. Call 658-2971.
AIM Electronics invites you to come to the Spring Blowout Scratch and Dent Sale, April 25th through the 29th only, and feature such brand names as JVC, Techniques, Panasonic, Kecker, and Craig. Savings of 10 to 50% on brand names, some merchandise factory reconditioned. AIM Electronics offers an in-store service department and professional installation, serving Wayne County for over 40 years. Be sure to stop by and register to win one of 4 prizes to be given away. The Scratch and Dent Sale, April 25th through the 29th at AIM Electronics, 411 East Ash Street, Goldsboro.
For your office, club, church, or business, it's State Office Equipment Company. Discount office furniture. You buy for less. Bargains like folding tables, 30 by 96, just $47. 4-drawer full suspension files, just $119.95 letter size, $139.95 for the legal size. Oak or walnut desk, $189.95. Executive chair, only $179.95. Delivery is available. Also used furniture for sale at State Office Equipment Company, 2211A East Ash Street, open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 till 5:30, Friday 8:30 till 5.
Craig, thank you for calling, sir.
Hello, Rush.
Hi.
Dittos from a broker having the stock and bond market blues.
Yeah.
Hope you can cheer us up here.
Love those interest rates going up, don't you, pal?
Not exactly.
Clinton economic plan going to keep those interest rates low.
We hope not. We hope not.
Well,
but,
it's not.
I was calling about George Mitchell's comments earlier today. He was saying that the cost containment measures for healthcare reform are going to require global budgets, specified national limits on healthcare spending, and premium caps to limit health insurance premiums. And he said all those things are inevitable in his plan. And I just can't believe that we've got these amateurs running these types of proposals when all the economists have been saying that cost controls just do not work, and you're going to have rationing of health care.
He said we're not going to have rationing?
Oh, no. I mean, I can't believe that the administration is saying that these types of things are not going to have rationing of care.
Oh, yeah, because they will.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the American people are ready for that. I don't know if the American people... I think the American people don't want anything rationed. That's what America is specifically not about. America's about supply. America's about choice. America's about supply and demand, and if you want it and can afford it, you get it. And if you want it and can't afford it, you work for it so you can afford it. And to all of a sudden say, we're only going to give you 50 gallons of gasoline a month, which was discussed in the late 70s. Or we are only going to allow you to have certain medical coverage by a certain age. After that, it's not cost efficient to keep you alive because the actuarial tables say you're going to die soon from this disease anyway. You wait till the American people are confronted with that, and there's going to be a lot of angry people. And that's what all those processes that you described, all those policies add up to. You're right. They won't admit it.
That's right. And I can't believe that we're allowing this president who, he can't even handle his own land deals, can't even do his taxes right, to take over our medical system.
We're back to the qualifications.
Unbelievable.
Back to the qualifications thing again. My exact point. Well, it is great. It's great callers today. So astute, so informed, so articulate, and so well-spoken. This will be a great caller clinic day. You want to know what it takes to be a caller? Listen to this show. Orange County, is this California or New Jersey? California. Mary Lou, welcome to the EIB Network.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm the next caller when you said everyone's so articulate.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to be.
Well, I have never disagreed with anything you said, but today I have to.
Uh-oh.
And that is on the family leave program. And I wouldn't... Everything Clinton has done just absolutely put shivers up my spine.
Yes, as well it should.
But this is something that I've had to partake in. Or I should say my husband has.
Family leave.
Family leave. Now, he hasn't taken 12 weeks off in a row.
Yeah.
He sat down with his boss. He said, this is the problem that I need to take care of. He takes 9 half days off a month. And that takes care of what needs to be taken care of.
Fine, but you think his company ought to have to pay for it?
Oh, they don't pay for it, no. And he wouldn't take the money if they did.
Well, so what are you disagreeing with me about?
Well, you were saying that you're not really for the family leave.
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I'm always leery of the federal government meddling in business and telling it how to operate. And 12 weeks is, I think, excessive.
Well, that is if it's all in one group, I would agree.
No, anytime, because, look, you don't have people on the payroll simply to pay them money so they can live in your neighborhood. You pay people to have work done. So if you're going to let somebody go home to take advantage of the leave, you've got to have somebody come in and do the work. Either that or other people are going to pick up the slack, work overtime or whatever. And
well, he's the one who does the work overtime.
Fine. Well, it's just going to cost the employer more money. And everything we're doing right now is going to end up costing business more money. The economic plan, the tax increase, family leave. Now they're going to start... I mean, what's coming next is paying people partial wages for family leave. Then after that, that'll be determined to be not enough. Who can live on half a wage? And so it'll be full wages for when they take leave. And you're going to see people going out of business. They don't have the money. They're not going to be able to afford that. They don't... businesses don't have cash reserves sitting around just to keep paying it out as demanded or mandated by government. Family leave, though, is something that the society has said it wants, and the government's demanded it, and it passed. So, I mean, it's the law of the land. I just knew that it wasn't going to stop there. I just knew that it was going to have to eventually have to pay people. Why give them 12 weeks off? Remember, this is the same crowd that's out there trying to scare people to death into thinking they're only one paycheck away from poverty. And then they tell them to take 12 weeks off without pay? Come on. Well, you know what? We're going to have to pay these people. We expect them out there to... It's all headed... Look, it's one increment of an entire plan headed in the wrong direction. Add it all up, and it could be disaster. We'll be back after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
If you are in business or have children in school, then this message is for you. This is Kevin Trudeau, founder of the American Memory Institute. Imagine you or your children with a virtual photographic memory and being able to remember names and faces, facts and information, telephone numbers, things to do, and more. Students get straight A's with less study time. Call 1-800-862-MEGA and see why over 2 million people have already benefited from the easy-to-learn Mega Memory Home Study course. That's 1-800-862-MEGA. 1-800-862-MEGA.
Is your car hard to start? When you accelerate, does your car hesitate? Notice the loss in power? If you said yes, maybe it's dirty fuel injectors and time for STP Super Concentrated Fuel Injector Cleaner. One treatment helps unclog dirty injectors fast to restore power and performance for up to 2,500 miles. So use STP or just keep going the way you've been going. STP. Drive a better car.
Fred, I wish you would call a mechanic.
Are you kidding? Hey, I'll have this thing purring like a kitten.
Yeah, like you fixed the storm door. How many stitches was that? 10?
9. But by the time that emergency room doc saw me, it had already healed. There we go. Crank her up.
Fred, are you okay?
Just turn it off.
Look at you. Come on, get in the car. Let's get you checked out.
It's Saturday, not the emergency room again. All that money. I feel great, really.
You haven't seen your face. Relax. We're going to Doctor's Urgent Care Center.
You never know when you'll need a doctor. That's what's so great about Doctor's Urgent Care Center. We're right here at 212 North Spence Avenue in Goldsboro. When you need us, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sundays, noon till 9.
Martha, didn't I have eyebrows this morning?
Yeah, and a little more hair, too.
Here's a rare treat from Prince Tire Company. Goodyear's premium all-season radial is on sale at very special prices. Buy 3 Goodyear Invicta GS radials at the regular price. The 4th tire is free. And the offer gets better. Invicta GS carries Goodyear's longest tread life warranty, 70,000 miles. Just ask Prince Tire Company for details. They also have savings on the Goodyear Corsica GT. Hurry in before April 30th. Prince Tire Company at 1011 South George Street, Goldsboro.
Have you got spring fever for a new car or truck? See Leith Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle and Leith Dodge Isuzu of Goldsboro for big savings on 94 Dodge Caravan. Loaded, automatic, AC, cassette, cruise, and more. Only $273 per month. 94 Plymouth Colt, only $163 per month. See complete details at Leith Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle and Leith Dodge Isuzu, Highway 70 west of Goldsboro. Payments based on 20% down, tax and tags, and $138 dock fee extra.
To the phones for one final call in this hour. Newton, Massachusetts, and Ann, hello.
Hi, Raj. Mega dittos.
Thanks for calling.
Liberalism.
It's great to hear from you.
Yeah, I have a son that's stationed over in Korea. He's on the DMZ. And I also have friends who was engaged to a Korean girl and parents over there. And, you know, getting kind of nervous reading the newspapers around here.
You think it's overblown?
Yeah, overblown. In matter of fact, the girl said, tell your mother not to worry. She had talked to her father because she said, I didn't pay any attention when I was living in Korea, but now that I'm over here, she had to call home, and he says, no, it's the same as it's been going on for years.
Well, that may be, but the role of the United States in terms of national security is to be prepared for the worst. Be able to deter it. So you can't take it lightly. You got to prepare for the worst and be surprised when it's nothing.
Before a child is 6 years old, experts can calculate whether he'll live on welfare. As early as 3rd grade, we can identify the children who risk dropping out of high school. In many communities, they're constructing jails for the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds they know will become criminals by the time they're built. We can spot these problems early. We can prevent them if we reach kids early with programs like Success by 6. Success by 6 involves teachers and parents, doctors and counselors, and people like you and me. It's a chance for kids to gain the skills they need to make it. When children learn a new game, they're more likely to want to learn when they start school. If they have a role model early on, they just might stay out of trouble later on. So get involved. The choice is ours. Build jails or build futures. Call us at 800-733-5400 to learn more. Change the world of a child, and you change the world. A public service message of the Ad Council and this station.
WGBR, Goldsboro's very own.
From ABC News, I'm Gary Nunn.
The rivers need a comprehensive health plan in this country.
Kevin Coyle of the group American Rivers says that clean rivers are mainstays both to human and animal life.
The over-engineering of rivers through dams and levees and ditches and dredging and diversions, and they're also this major source of pollution in the United States now is runoff pollution from the land. It's no longer industry and sewage going into rivers, although in urban areas those are still problems.
The group released its list of 10 most endangered rivers, the Columbia, the Mississippi, the Missouri, and the Rio Grande among those on it. Coyle says the most endangered river in the country is Clark's Ford in Montana and Wyoming. The industry is polluting more, but releasing less into the environment. EPA says the industry is improving the way it manages toxic waste. The biggest polluters are DuPont, Freeport-McMoran, and American Cyanamid. The 5 states with the largest toxic releases, Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, and Indiana, same as in 1991. All 7 women in the U.S. Senate say they intend to vote against giving the Navy's top officer retirement with full admiral's pension because of his links with the tailhook sexual harassment scandal. All plan to speak on the floor against allowing Admiral Frank Kelso, Chief of Naval Operations, to be retired at 4-star rank as recommended by the President. The Supreme Court rules keeping people off juries because of their sex is just as unlawful as excluding them based on their race. The case in Alabama involved a defendant in a paternity suit. The state excused all prospective male jurors. Feminist groups sided with the male defendant, arguing that he was a victim of unconstitutional sex discrimination. Director Deborah Ellis of the National Organization for Women Legal Defense and Education Fund.
We believe that women's equality is promoted when sex is not taken into account either in favor of women or against women.
Ellis says several other states, including New York, California, and Massachusetts, with similar cases are pending. You're listening to ABC News.
This is power. This is safety. This is power and safety combined. Introducing the Pontiac Firebird. Feel the rhythm of the road with a fuel-injected V6 in concert with dual airbags and anti-lock brakes, all at a price that strikes all the right chords.
Driving excitement.
Firebird. Pontiac. Always wear safety belts, even with airbags.
Okay, this is simple, I hope. This week at Goodyear, buy 3 Invicta GS radials, i.e., that is, at the regular price, get 1 free. E.g., for example, 4 for the price of 3. Buy 3 Goodyear Invicta GS radials at the regular price, get the 4th one free, i.e., free. But you better hurry to your participating Goodyear retailer because the sale ends soon, i.e., April 30th. So hurry to Goodyear, i.e., E-I-O. Anyway, I hope I didn't confuse you.
Chairman Dan Rostenkowski of the House Ways and Means Committee is suggesting drastic changes to keep Social Security from running out of money, among them upping the retirement age from 65 to 67, raising payroll taxes, but not for another 26 years. The New York Times quotes Rostenkowski as saying the plan would ensure the Treasury's ability to pay all promised benefits for at least 75 years. More go-rounds. The crew of the Shuttle Endeavour will stay in Earth orbit at least until tomorrow. ABC's Jim Slade reports NASA decided to postpone the landing because of clouds over the Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
Weather conditions worsened as the day wore on, and flight controllers gave up any attempt at a landing. The astronauts were told to get comfortable for an extra day in orbit, which means they'll have to unpack the food and sleeping gear that were stowed and ready for re-entry. Wednesday's first opportunity for a landing at the Kennedy Space Center is 11:29 a.m. Eastern Time. There are 3 other chances on Wednesday, 2 in California and 1 in Florida. The astronauts are finished with their scientific work in orbit, so they'll have a good chance to relax and look out the window a while, or just go to bed and get ready to try it again. Jim Slade, ABC News, Washington.
Chrysler executives are looking at their first quarter bottom line and are seeing green. Company earned $938 million during January, February, and March, pushed higher by stronger sales of Jeeps, minivans, and pickup trucks. Most profitable quarter in Chrysler history. GM and Ford report next week. Wall Street Dow Jones Industrials are down 7.14 at 36.13. This is ABC News.
So how will your company benefit from NAFTA?
Well, my boss is sending us to Mexico to encontrar new customers.
Let me guess. Cancun, Cozumel, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and...
Acapulco.
So the airfares are free.
See, we all got National Dynamic speed tapes.
Order a complete set of National Dynamic speed tapes in Spanish or French, German, Italian, or Japanese, and get 2 free round-trip airfares to any of 5 cities in Mexico. Call 1-800-545-1985.
Pack your briefcase and your bathing suit.
Some restrictions apply.
1-800-545-1985.
For the ABC Information Network, I'm Gary Nunn.
The famous Greater Greensboro Open has been a crowd pleaser ever since Sam Snead won the first GGO in 1937. And in 1994, the crowds will be bigger and even more pleased. WGBR will bring reports of the GGO once an hour beginning at 1:30 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Brought to you by Belco of Berkeley Mall, Raper Discount Drugs, USAVE Auto, and Security Mayflower. Join Tony Rigsby from Greensboro with live reports from the GGO beginning at 1:30 Thursday on 1150 WGBR.
We've got an unseasonably warm afternoon underway with temperatures topping out as much as 10 to 15 degrees above normal, but a cold front will bring some cooler air in by late Wednesday. Our forecast then for this afternoon, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm. Highs today 81 to 86, then partly cloudy overnight, lows dropping to 55 to 60 degrees. And for tomorrow, partly cloudy again. We'll have an outside chance of a brief shower or thunderstorm. Highs tomorrow ranging from 78 in northern sections to 86 down south. I'm Mike Moss at the Weather Center.
WGBR.
Expressed by the host on this show make more sense than anybody else you could listen to. The views expressed by the host on this show are rooted in the relentless pursuit of the truth and a lifelong understanding of the hopes and dreams of the people who make this country work.
This is a special edition of the Rush Limbaugh program, America Held Hostage. And now, from our studios in New York City, here is Rush Limbaugh.
Let us tabulate the days of the raw deal. Day 455 today for the poor and the middle class. Day 474 for the rich and the dead. There are 1,011 days of aimless foreign policy and damaging domestic policies left to go. Phone number 800-282-2882. Mr. Snerdley just approached me during the break. Said a woman called, didn't have time to stay, but wanted to ask me the following question: should she have been able to stay on the phone? And that was, Rush, you're rich now. You don't understand what it's like for those of us who don't have a lot of money anymore, especially when it comes to family leave. We need the time away from our families, or for our families. We need the time away. We need for it to be, did she say paid for? Did she get into that? Not specifically, but okay, so we won't say she said that because I don't know, but she said that I've lost touch is in essence her theory, because in her opinion I have a lot of money now. Well, let's see if I can address this. You know, I was watching a movie the other night, The Party, Peter Sellers. The movie came out in 1968. It was a great movie, and I sat there and I got nostalgic for what I consider to be the good old days. I have always celebrated my parents' generation, the World War II generation. Look at what the World War II generation did. This all ties together. Don't think I'm trying to run a couple circles around this lady's question. The World War II generation came out of the Depression. You think you know what poverty is and suffering is. You don't have the slightest idea. We've elevated poverty in this country to a fairly decent standard of living. Hope you don't think that's insensitive, because I'm counting all the goodies that we give people who are in poverty. You can argue about whether or not it's good to do that or not. The fact is, we've elevated poverty to a pretty grand scale. Most people in poverty have a couple TV sets, a car, a house. That's quite a definition of poverty. The World War II generation came out of real abject poverty. Unemployment rates of over 20%. Real income was way, way, way down. And they came out of that and fought World War II. And they fought it in the Pacific, and they fought it in Europe. They fought it in the deserts of Africa. And they came back, went back to their homes, and built an economy and society that during the 1950s was just a sight to behold. Afternoons and evenings were typically spent watching the flames of your charcoal burn down before you got ready to put your steak on it. You'd finish your steak and baked potato and then go in and watch Perry Mason on TV. And your kids were in school, and there was no teen sex, and there was not much. There wasn't a whole lot of promiscuity. There certainly weren't abortions taking place to the tune of 1.7 or 3 million a year. It didn't have a huge drug problem. It didn't have a lot of illegitimacy. It didn't have a lot of the problems that we have today. It had a lot of people who worked very hard, and the standard vacation then was 2 weeks a year. And they raised a generation of people who got off to a pretty good start because of that. They knew the meaning of real sacrifice, because they made it. They knew the meaning of real hard work, because they did it and defined it. And they knew the meaning of patriotism. They fought for things bigger than themselves. They fought people who wanted to end America. And they didn't ask for things like 12 weeks of family leave. They didn't ask for the government to give them this and that and demand that this little obstacle in life be taken care of by the government. They had it handled for the most part themselves. And I grew up influenced by all this. These were the values and the teachings that I was influenced by when I was growing up. And for those of you who think that because I have found success, I hear this in one form or another every now and then, it's very predictable. Rush, you don't know what America's like anymore, because you're not suffering. Rush, you don't know what America's like anymore, because you've had success, so you don't know what real people have to go through. And I always chuckle before I get a little angry, because quite the contrary, I know exactly what America is. See, for 17 years, I was an abject failure at everything I did. A lot of promise, a lot of potential in some places. In other places, I was told you don't have a hoot in hell of accomplishing what you want because you're no good. No different than anybody else. Everybody's told that during the course of their lives, whatever profession they're in. Depends on who you choose to listen to, though. My parents always made me feel special. Especially my mother. Always made me feel special. I always chose to believe my mother that rather than a bunch of failures in radio, who told me I was going to fail too. One thing that I've always done, and it pleased my parents to no end, was that nothing other than just real hard work, devoted totally to what I was doing. And whenever I wanted a job, or interviewed for one, and I didn't get very many of the ones that I interviewed for, I never ever asked about the vacations, never asked about how many sick days are available here, never asked about fringe benefits or whatever. I always wanted to know what job needs to be done. And I was always obsessed with convincing whoever that I could do the job. And I like to think that it is that devotion that got me where I am. This just didn't happen overnight. And I have, as a result of the way it all happened, I know exactly what people are going through out there, because I have been through it just as much as anybody else has. And I'm going to tell you clear and I have never in my life today, in order to maintain all of this that you people think may come easily, takes harder work than I've ever done. Takes more hours in the day of concentration and devotion than I've ever spent on anything. I don't have time for 12 weeks. I am one who has to be told to go on vacation. I am one who has to make time for it. I'm not looking for time off. Although I will say that I am getting good at it, finally, with the rigors of all this. I'm getting good at it. I'm starting to enjoy a little time off now and then. Hope that doesn't offend you. But I can just tell you that the notion that people need 12 weeks off in order to raise a family is not borne out by history. Back when society was healthier, back when society was more productive, back when society was a little bit more pure than it is today, there weren't 12 weeks of family leave, and there weren't a bunch of people demanding that government make business give them that money so that they could spend 12 weeks without working. And I just happen to think that if more and more people decide that the route they want to go is the government telling their company that they got to give them 12 weeks off to handle this problem or that problem, then you ought to be made to pay the consequences of that, or the price of that, which is mediocrity. And you're forever going to resent people who don't take the 12 weeks or who work very hard and don't end up in the same mire that you think you're in. You want your 12 weeks off if that's what you want to base your life on. If you want to base the need for 12 weeks every year, in addition to your vacations and sick days, then you go right ahead, but don't complain when others zoom past you and say that America is unfair. America's not unfair. America rewards what it always has. Hard work. It's not complicated at all. But Rush, a family member is sick. I raised my baby. Family members have always gotten sick. And there are those occasions where you do need to spend some time. And I'm not decrying that. I'm not criticizing that. But I'm suggesting that anybody who thinks that that's a mandatory requirement now for all employees is a person who is helping to contribute to the overall decline of the work ethic of this country. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm sorry if that hits you between the eyes. But there are basically two kinds of people in this world, in this country, and you have a choice as to what kind of person you want to be. You can be the kind that sits around and waits for 12 weeks of family leave, then demands to know what your vacation schedule is, and demands to know how many sick days you get, then you make sure you take them all. And, you know, the boss leaves, you skip out 20 minutes early. You can be that kind of person. Maybe a half hour early. Whatever you can get away with, that's what you do, because those guys are raping you. They're not paying you what you deserve. So any little thing you can do to get back, you can be that kind of person if you want. And it may well be that the government's going to protect you. Can't be fired, can't be laid off or any of that. That's terrible, and that's unfortunate. It may come to that. Or you can be the kind of person who decides that if you really want to maximize what you can be in any way, spiritually, economically, personally, you're going to rely on yourself. Nobody cares more about you than you. But when you want somebody to care more about you than you, you're going to get somebody who cares a lot less about you than you can care for yourself. And when you put your fate in their hands, which too many people in this country are doing, then you're always going to sit around there and think guys like Rush Limbaugh don't understand what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through, and I know exactly where you're going to end up. And I am not going to feel sorry for you. Contrary to not understanding what America is anymore, I know what America's all about. Because if the things that have happened to me can happen to me, they can still happen to anybody. Happening to a lot of people, not just me. Why is it? You go out and ask somebody who lives in a house you wish you had, drives a car you wish you had. Ask them how many weeks of vacation, how many weeks of sick leave, how many weeks of family leave do they take every year? You'll be stunned to find out. You just think back to what some call the glory days of this country. 50s, the World War II generation. They did far better than we're doing. And they didn't do it with 12 weeks family leave. They didn't do it with mountainous vacation days. They didn't do it with... Now, one person might say, some people might say, hey, Rush, wait a minute. That was back in the days when the wife didn't work and she was there to take care of, and it was standard operating procedure to raise the family. Wife's responsibility. If a family member got sick, the wife was there to do that. And I would say, yeah, it's kind of nice, wasn't it? But, Rush, we need 2 incomes. We've got to have 2 incomes. I understand that. But if you're going to make a choice to send 2 people to the workforce because you need 2 incomes, you've got to understand that there's a price to pay for everything you do. There's a compromise to everything you do. And when you say, but because of a choice you made, but I need 2 incomes, I need it. Let government come in and raise your child in a daycare center and then give you 12 weeks off a year and then pay you for it. You just ask yourself, find for me one example in American history where that has led to greatness, and we can talk. And I don't think you can. I think I am far from being out of touch with what the country's all about. I probably know what this country's all about far more than many of you who think that weakness and paucity and all that is virtuous. I do not apologize for what I am, what I have become, and what I've done. And I'm never going to. And I'm never going to be phony. I'm never going to act like, oh, gee. I'm never going to bend over and grab the ankles, just let people do it on the basis that I ought to give something back. Walter Williams, who substitutes for me on occasion, has a great philosophy about giving something back. Walter Williams says, why should Bill Gates of Microsoft be required to give something back? Because he's been successful. What has he done? He's employed how many thousands of people? He created an entire industry and became the best in the world at it. And that itself spawned the creation of other competing businesses. Why should he give something back? He already is giving something back. The people who ought to give back are the people stealing from us. Those are the people who ought to be told that they've got to give something back to society. We'll be back after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
You know, my friends, I've read dozens of comments from satisfied owners of allergy-free electrostatic air filters. You've heard all the claims right here, from cleaner homes to fewer allergy symptoms. Well, a crack EIB staff has interviewed some allergy-free filter owners. Listen to this.
You know, I've had my filter for a week, and hey, it's incredible. I mean, the dust is literally gone in my house.
The children aren't sneezing and coughing anymore. It's cut down on our doctor bills.
My house is cleaner and I breathe easier.
My husband and I needed something more than just a furnace filter. Your allergy-free filter is amazing. The dust is practically gone and no more sneezing. It's great.
Incredible. It's nice to buy a product whose advertising claims are actually true. We are breathing easier with a lot less allergy problems. Thank you, Allergy Free.
Okay, folks, what more do you need? Get your credit card ready along with your filter size and call 1-800-ALLERGY. You owe it to yourself and your family. And if you mention the EIB Network, you get 25% off the retail price. Call Allergy Free now, 1-800-ALLERGY.
Back in the 60s, there was a saying, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Today, that saying holds more truth than ever. Back in the 60s, car theft wasn't a problem. Today, a car is stolen every 19 seconds. Help put an end to the auto theft crisis with the affordable, easy-to-use solution, The Club. The Club's tough, tempered steel construction and high visibility make thieves move on to an easier target. Protect your car with The Club. Available at better stores everywhere.
Burger King presents Mr. Know-It-All.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, so you claim to know everything.
Yes, I do.
But did you know the new Whopper Junior Sandwich at Burger King has 50% more beef than before?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you know that a Whopper Junior value meal with fries and drink is just $1.99 every day?
Knew it.
You honestly would have stated $1.99 as the everyday price for a new Whopper Junior, drink and fries?
Absolutely. This is really too easy.
Okay, genius. Did you know that my wife...
That your wife wears French musk, answers to the name BB, and has a mole on her left cheek? Yes, I did.
You're not supposed to know that.
Yes, I know.
The Whopper Junior Value Meal, just $1.99 every day at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
I knew you were going to say that.
Enough already.
Subject to owner participation. Prices may vary. Size of fries and drink may vary. Have you got spring fever for a new car or truck? See Leith Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle and Leith Dodge Isuzu for big savings on 94 Dodge Ram pickups, automatic, AC, cassette, and more, only $238 per month. 1994 Dodge Sport pickups, V6, automatic, AC, and only $219 per month. For complete details, see Leith Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle and Leith Dodge Isuzu, Highway 70 West, Goldsboro. Payments based on 20% down, tax and tags, and $138 doc fee extra.
HB Systems at 2902 Central Heights Road in the Brent King Building is Goldsboro's coast-to-coast computer operation with complete business systems, hardware, and software. They offer installations all across the USA. HB Systems offers custom software design and programming, training and support, as well as networking or standalone operations. These systems are custom designed for your business, whether you operate a one-person business or a large business. They know computers. HB Systems, 2902 Central Heights Road, Goldsboro. Call 778-9795.
WGBR.
America West Arena, Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals. KJ and Charles Barkley getting instructions during timeout from Coach Paul Westphal. And this song, Rock and Roll Part 2. Part 1's not worth listening to. Part 2 by Gary Glitter pounds the speakers and raises the roof of the arena. You wonder how it is that the players can hear the instructions of the coach, especially when the music hits this crescendo. To illustrate my most recent monologue, I'm going to, in the next right after the break at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to take a call next. Right after this break coming up, I'm going to share with you the numbers I ran regarding Social Security and the proposed increase and tax increase and cutback Rostenkowski's plan. This is just illustrate where we've come to here. In the meantime, this is Franz in Medina, Ohio. Hi, welcome to the program, sir.
Oh, hi, Rush. And I wish you a Pacific Ocean full of dittos.
Thank you very much. That's a large ocean. That's a lot of dittos.
Right. Rush, I've been listening to you talking about the conflict of either mom staying at home and the family having a lower standard of living, or mom working and the family getting an allegedly decent standard of living. And this ties into something you raised last Friday, I think it was, or Thursday, about the Minneapolis-St. Paul school system and their decision to have the kids start school later in the day so they get their sleep. I'm a professional writer. I'm a technical writer, freelancer. And in my earlier years, about 5-7 years ago, I used to teach college composition. And I was shocked at the poor quality of the preparation of the students. You've heard every story you've heard is probably
true.
Not just true, but probably is a cream puff version of reality.
I would believe that. I'd believe it.
Yeah, the reality itself is terrible. Well, anyways, one of the problems I started noticing right from the outset is my students were constantly sleeping in classroom. And I said to myself, gee, Franz, you're boring your kids to death. And I tell you, I did everything but bring in an assault rifle loaded with blanks to get their attention. And it would work for a few moments, and then they would start going back to sleep. And what's happening, I've noticed, is that these kids, they picked up bad habits in high school. They stay out late. They come to school, they sleep through the classes, they get their automatic B's and A's. Nobody gets a C nowadays in high school.
Yeah, and as such, we're going to get rid of the diploma and replace it with a certificate.
Right.
And I think maybe they need an additional 12 weeks off to recover, from all of this excruciating activity they go through that makes them tired. I mean, it's not good the students are tired.
Right. Well, what it is a lot of them just party out constantly.
Is that what it is? I wouldn't have never guessed.
Well, look, in the colleges, the students are over the age of 18. They're supposedly adults. I'm not supposed to get involved in their personal lives because it's against something called the Kennedy Amendment, I'm told.
I've got 20 seconds here if you could get to the point.
Well, the point is that the kids basically
are being kowtowed to. The inmates are running the asylum. Everybody who is deficient in one way or another in this country is setting the rules. That's what's going wrong.